Look at this. Two people are born in the same country, but from that moment on, their lives begin to move in completely different directions. One grows up in a place where getting a job is the biggest challenge. The other grows up in a place where companies are struggling to find people to hire. One is told to leave home to survive. The other is watching people arrive, looking for opportunity. And here's the strange part. This isn't happening between two countries. This is happening inside one. The more you look at it, the more it feels like you're looking at two different countries.
Why you are calling north-south? Why can't south-north?
But why? How does one nation split into two completely different realities? Let's understand it. Take healthcare. In Kerala, the infant mortality rate is around 5 per 1,000 births. In Bihar, it's around 23. Same country, same time, but completely different outcomes, which means not every child born even makes it to their first birthday. Now look at education. In Kerala, literacy is almost universal, but in Bihar, many girls who start school don't finish it. Not because they don't want to learn, but because survival comes first. Now look at jobs. Cities like Bengaluru and Hyderabad have become global tech hubs, high-paying jobs, global companies, opportunities. Meanwhile, in many northern states, millions still depend on agriculture or informal work with far fewer opportunities. And this creates something powerful: movement.
The differences in migration pattern between North and South Indians are not accidental. They are shaped by factors such as education level, career choice, awareness of legal pathways, and access to opportunities abroad.
And when you put all of this together, you start to see a pattern. This isn't just a difference, it's a gap. And the real question is, what does that gap actually look like in a real person's life? Let's take two people. One girl is born in Kerala, the other in Bihar. In Kerala, her chances of surviving her first year are among the highest in the country. In Bihar, that risk is much higher. As they grow up, the girl in Kerala is almost certain to go to school and stay in school. But in Bihar, even if she starts school, there's a high chance she won't finish it. Not because she isn't capable, but because life gets in the way. By their teenage years, one is preparing for college. The other is already carrying responsibility. As adults, the girl from Kerala is far more likely to enter the formal workforce, earn a stable income, and have choices. But for the girl from Bihar, opportunities are limited. Many work in informal jobs or agriculture, contributing to the economy, but remaining invisible. So how does this happen? Let's go back in time. During colonial rule, India wasn't developed as one economy. It was extracted piece by piece. Coastal regions, especially in the south, became connected to global trade. Ports were built, infrastructure followed, but much of North India remained landlocked and dependent on agriculture. So even before independence, the starting lines were already different. Then came a policy that changed everything. In the 1950s, India introduced the Freight Equalization Policy. The idea sounded fair. Transport costs of raw materials would be equal across the country. But the result? Industries no longer needed to stay near resources. They could move anywhere. And many moved to the south because the south had something critical: ports and access to global trade. Investment followed opportunity, and opportunity followed infrastructure. Then the paths diverged further. In the south, governments invested in education, healthcare, and industry. More children went to school. More women worked. Skills grew. Meanwhile, in much of the north, growth was slower. Infrastructure and industrial development didn't keep pace. And once these paths started, the gap didn't just remain, it grew. By the 1990s, when India opened its economy, one part of the country was ready. The other was still catching up. So what we see today is not sudden. It's the result of decades of different decisions and different trajectories. But even that is not the full story, because this gap will be wider. Over the years, southern states invested heavily in education, especially women's education. As a result, population growth slowed down, but in many northern states, population continued to grow, which means today, the North has significantly more people. And in a system where more people means more representation, that changes everything. For decades, this imbalance was controlled. Parliament seats were frozen based on population from the 1970s. So even as populations changed, political power didn't. But now, that's about to change. India is moving toward delimitation, which means redrawing political power based on today's population. And if that happens, northern states gain more seats, while southern states lose relative influence. Not because they perform worse, but because they perform better.
Parties in the southern states fear that they could be penalized for successfully implementing population control measures.
What started as a gap in opportunity is now a question of power. If you prioritize population, you strengthen democracy. If you prioritize performance, you reward progress. And that's the tension. But this isn't just North versus South. The North has people, but needs opportunity. The South has opportunity, but will soon need people. In a strange way, they complete each other. So maybe this isn't just conflict, it's a system trying to balance itself. When you look at all this, the data, the politics, the policies, it's easy to feel like India is divided. But in real life, it doesn't always feel that way. Some of my closest friends are from completely different parts of India, different languages. No one is thinking about politics. We're just living. And maybe that's the strange thing about India. On paper, it looks complicated, sometimes divided, but on the ground, it still works. Not perfectly, not without tension, but it works. I want to close this with the comic Inder Sahani clip. Thank you, and subscribe.
या देयर इज अ वेरी विजिबल डिवाइड बिटवीन नॉर्थ इंडियंस एंड साउथ इंडियंस की वो कॉन्फ्लिक्ट चलता रहता है. बट इस सब पे टू द वर्ल्ड लाइक यू नो टू ऑल द अदर कंट्रीज मैं बस एक चीज़ बोलना चाहता हूँ कि गलती से भी अगर आपने हमारी धरती माँ पे कुछ भी मजे लेने की कोशिश करे, हम लोग आपस में अलग अलग होंगे लेकिन गांड 140 करोड़ मिल के मारेंगे.